Honest information about living a healthy lifestyle on RadioMD.com. It's time for Naturally Savvy with natural visionary Andrea Donsky and health journalist Lisa Davis.
We've all heard the expression, you are what you eat, and so many of us will focus on, are we getting enough healthy fat, and what about our carbs, and what about our protein? And those are looking at the macronutrients, but what about the micronutrients? So Andrea and I are so excited to have Jayson Calton, PhD, and Mira Calton, CN. They're going to be talking about their fabulous book, The Micronutrient Miracle, the 28-day plan to lose weight, increase your energy, and reverse disease. Hello, welcome to Naturally Savvy.
Oh, thank you guys so much for having us.
It's so wonderful to have you on, because this goes very quick. But Mary, I just want to tell you, you had osteoporosis. You were told there was nothing you could do. You met Jayson, you changed your lifestyle, you got the micronutrients, and here you are now. And what a difference.
Absolutely. It's exactly like you said. And now I'm so passionate about this topic that we write books on it. We help other women across the country and around the world, help them reverse osteoporosis. And then we work with people in all different types of health conditions to do the same using micronutrient therapy.
I think that's really great. I mean, I think I read a statistic, I think it was from the World Health Organization, that said something like 70% of Americans are deficient in minerals. And we know that minerals are important for so many, hundreds and hundreds of functions in our body. So what would, you say to people they want to learn more about it, they want to take them, how do we absorb them? Like, how should we be, implementing them into our diet? Because we know that our food is so deficient in minerals.
Well, you're absolutely right. We are that deficient. And in fact, according to the USDA's own statistics, Americans are 96% of Americans are deficient in at least one micronutrient. So what we did is we came up with a 3-step approach. And it really does take 3 different steps. We want to approach this from different angles. First, we want to make sure that you're eating the foods that are what we call rich in micronutrients. Mm-hmm. So we say switch to rich foods. We also want you to take a look and really evaluate your lifestyle. There's things that you do in your lifestyle every day that may be robbing you or depleting you of your micronutrients without you knowing it. Things like exercise, stress, even over-the-counter and prescription medication. And then we look at it from a third and final perspective, supplementation. We want to make sure that you're taking the right supplements and choosing smart supplementation so that it can actually help to increase your micronutrient sufficiency levels.
Yeah, it is so important. And I love on the cover of the book, I mean, you have all whole foods, and that's something we talk about here on Naturally Savvy, which is so important. And basing this on diet first, I would think would be most important. But Andrea raised such a good topic about the depletion of the minerals in the soil. So even if you're eating a whole food diet, it doesn't mean you're going to get everything you need, right?
Absolutely. Our food compared to that of our grandparents is so much less nutritious than it used to be. So that's why we say it doesn't matter what kind of a diet you follow, be it paleo, low-fat, low-carb, vegan, it doesn't matter, because the food just can't deliver as much as it should be delivering. So that's why we think to take all of that, that's your dietary philosophy, wherever you're coming from. And then what we say is become a nutrivore and become a person that realizes that getting the most nutrient-dense foods, regardless of dietary philosophy, is really the most important goal every day.
So would you recommend that people grow their own food in order? Because I know that, I have a tower garden in my backyard, which is a vertical hydroponic growing system, and I love it. But I also have, earth that plants in the earth, and I add minerals to it. So how would you say for people who are going to, let's say, grow their own food, are there tips that they should be doing to add minerals back into the soil or into the plants that they're growing?
Well, first of all, we applaud that, and we would love to see this trend continue of having these backyard gardens or even these small gardens out on their patios. Yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you're adding in, and they usually come with kits, and there's things you can buy to add the minerals into the soil. And of course, minerals are only found in the soil. You and I cannot create minerals. So if we're not getting it from our food, and our food didn't get it from the soil, we can't get it any other way. That's the only way we can do it. Of course, we can create vitamins, and our bacteria in our gut can do that as well. But minerals only come from the soil. So you're definitely going to want to add in, and different people can help you to identify which minerals may be better for the different foods that you're growing.
All right. So what if you're like me? I don't have a garden. I should, but that's a whole nother conversation. So when I go to the store, I want to look for organic. I want to look for eating seasonally, local farmers markets, things like that.
Absolutely. So organic is one thing. Organic makes sure that there's no pesticides, make sure that it's not genetically modified. But it doesn't necessarily tell you that the food has more micronutrient value. That's why we look for local, because the more time it travels to you, the less nutrient rich it is. You really want to have that combination. And yet in the book, what we do is we go over our Fab 14 and Terrible 20 list because we know that it's not in everybody's budget to get the most nutrient-dense food every single time. So we give you like some of the foods that you can do and some of the foods you can purchase without buying organic to make sure that we don't, that we make it available and sustainable lifestyle for everyone.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Now, what about, how do you know what you're deficient in? Can people, I guess you get blood tests and you can check your levels, things like that?
You can get a blood test. There's also something called a SpectraCell test. It's also a blood test, but instead of looking at how many vitamins and minerals may be in your blood, it actually looks at how your body's utilizing those micronutrients. So that's another way to do it. One of the things we did in our book is we gave the exact tests that we give to our personal clients right in the book. So we want you to go through and we have a specific evaluation. We want to talk to you about the foods that you're eating. We want to talk to you about the medications that you're taking. We talk to you about the lifestyle choices that you're currently making. So by the time you're done going through our 3 or 4 evaluations, you've actually got a list of micronutrients that you're likely deficient in, specific micronutrients. We even look at the health conditions and or diseases you may be suffering from now, and we link those to what medicine tells us is likely micronutrients that are deficient with, that are connected to that, those conditions or diseases.
So because our soil is so deficient, and you mentioned before that supplements is one of the ways that you recommend people get their minerals. What do you recommend as far as supplements go?
Well, we have a chapter in the book called Smart Supplementation, and basically we have a program we came up with of the ABCs of optimal supplementation guidelines. A stands for absorption, B for beneficial quantities and forms, C for micronutrient competition, and S for micronutrient synergies. And we go through how all of those 4 things are flaws in most typical supplement products on the market right now. So we created this checklist basically through this entire chapter where you can bring it to the supplement store with you, and you can look at it because I think it can get kind of scary in there. There's a lot of options. And so we go over exactly what you want to see on the label, which words, what forms, and how much you should be seeing on each supplement. And then we also tell you the words that might be hidden in the background there under other ingredients that you really want to make sure you're avoiding.
I think that's a really good thing to have a checklist because I think it makes it easy for people. Can you just repeat what the ABCs were? I know A was absorption. What were the rest?
Right. So A is absorption. We want to make sure, if your supplement isn't disintegrating and if it's not absorbing correctly, it doesn't really matter what's in there. So it starts with being able to absorb the micronutrients that are supposed to be in your supplement. The next, beneficial quantities and forms. You have to make sure that you're getting enough and the right forms. Then micronutrient competition. Competitions occur for absorption, and micronutrient synergies is S. Those are when 2 micronutrients might help each other become absorbed.
Okay. Perfect. No, that's really great. I think that it's something that is easy to remember, and I think that's really important. And I love that you bring up all the points and also some people are taking supplements that help to deplete certain nutrients from their body. So then, like you said, they compete against each other, and the other ones help to absorb it better. So I think that this is I love the idea of the checklist, and I think that everybody should definitely get a copy of your book. And it sounds really interesting. I'm excited to get a copy as well so that I could really delve into this because minerals are really one of my favorite things to talk about. And I think that we need them, obviously. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, we could geek out with you forever on that topic.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah, it is. Well, I have the book, and it is absolutely fantastic. Again, the Micronutrient Miracle, the 28-day plan to lose weight, increase your energy, and reverse disease. Andrea, you're going to flip out. This book's so awesome.
Oh, I can't wait to get it. I'm very excited. Well, you know what, Mira and Jayson, the time, flies on this show, but thank you so much for being on our show today, and we would love to have you guys come back on. You can visit their website at mymiraclegifts.com. You could also follow them on Twitter at Calton Nutrition. I'm Andrea Donsky, along with Lisa Davis. This is Naturally Savvy Radio on Radio MD. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Your Radio MD and at Naturally Savvy. Thanks for listening, everyone. Be sure to take your minerals. It is essential. Stay well.